Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to do roadside assistance. First thing you're going to need is your roadside assistance box. If you have a Jeep, chances are you have one of these. Next thing that you're going to have to note is we're going to be removing this alternator on the side of the road. So what do you need? Well, let's take a look. First, you need to know where your tensioner belt is right here. Now, if you look down and in here, focus a little bit, right here. So that I'm gonna have to check the size. I believe it's a 12, might be a 14, have to quickly check. But this is your tensioner bolt. So we're gonna loosen this so that way your belt gets looser. How you'll know is as you wrench on this bolt, it'll either try to get tightened or it'll try to get loosened. And basically we're gonna have to loosen this off so that way your belt will slip right off of here, because we need to get the belt just around this pulley basically, because if we get around this pulley we can get it off here. So let's loosen that off. So quickly, just to tell you, how do you know if it's your alternator that's going, not your battery? Your battery, if you go to start it and you need to jump start every time, then you know that it's your battery. But if you're driving and your car is losing voltage, or if you stall while driving due to voltage, that's your alternator, because that means it's not charging your battery. Now, it's very important that you don't continuously do this, or you will need a battery and an alternator, because you will destroy your battery every time it does that.
If you look over here, this is your biggest pulley on the system. Everything's going to centralize around it. If you look down, you're going to see this 15mm bolt by my finger. We're going to be loosening this. This is the pulley directly below it. We're going to loosen that bolt. Don't take it right out. And then if you look above here, I'm just going to move our light a little bit so you can see it better. See that bad boy that just appeared? We're going to be loosening that once again. As we loosen that, you're going to notice this belt get looser as we do so. So first thing, loosen that bottom pulley. That bolt right there, the one that is the only one showing right now, is the one that should be loosened now. Now if you're having problems getting at it, cool thing to note, just if you want to, you can remove your reservoir. There's this little bubble right here. You press it in, watch. Press in and lift up. Put this off to the side. And look at that. You have way more room to access that pulley. You could even just leave it right here. Just don't knock it over because you don't want to make a mess. Keep having some fun. Loosen that bolt that we talked about right here. You just have to weave your extension right past the thermostat. If you're worried about breaking this sensor, you can pop it off. Work the belt around it. After you do that, you can work the belt off around here. And again, you might have to loosen it a bit more, but we're just going to pull this old belt off. After you're off like this, what you're going to do is you just work the belt off of here. It starts from down here, work it off, then you're underneath, and you just go from there. Next thing we're going to do is come over here, and this right here is your alternator. We just moved it off. So you're going to loosen that bolt, and you're going to loosen the bolt that's underneath, but it's the same as this. So from this point, we're using just what we have with us, a pair of pliers to hold the bolt. From the back end, you're going to need a long socket, and you're going to pull off the bolt from the back end because there's a nut. Bottom one is just a forward nut, so you can pop that one out. But this one, you have to loosen the nut off from the back end. Otherwise, you'll just keep spinning and get angry at yourself. After you pull that last bolt out, it can be fun. You have to wiggle it out past the shroud. Once you get it out, you just slip the alternator out through under here and around. It might be a little bit difficult if you have an AC unit. For us, we do not have AC, because who needs AC in a Jeep? And so once you get it out, you just slap it up on here. You just undo this clip, which is clipped on here. Be very careful, this is live power. Now, what a lot of people will do is either put this in a balloon and just tape the balloon shut. You could try and find the fuse if you so fit. All you would do is put your continuity onto here and then test your fuses to get to it. And if that doesn't work for you, do what we say. Just tape it up or put a balloon around it and tape the end. And just don't touch it to the body, that's it. So then all you do, and if you don't have a balloon on you, use your sock or whatever you want. So we're just gonna put that back on until I'm ready. And then this one is just a duck clip. Just squeeze it and pull it out. All right, let's go through this. So what I would do if I were you, go route it. If you have AC, go up and over your AC, under it. And then when you come up to the fan, right here on the neck, leave it loose, leave it down here. And then you're going to continuously continue to route through everything and just leave that one sitting on the side of the fan. Once you get everything lined up, then what you're going to do is take your belt, and it should actually just slide up and onto here, and that's the easiest way because the rest of the pulleys have a lip on it. So, except for a couple of them, but this is the easiest one to access afterwards and slide it up onto the fan. After you've gone through, you make sure everything's seated properly, as I have. You double check your diagram because this diagram is right. Now we can start to tighten our idler. So the trick when doing your idler, you're gonna put this back on that bolt and you start to tighten it. So opposite of what you just did. As you start to tighten it, you're gonna notice that it's gonna get stronger and stronger because you're gonna be putting tension on that belt. And the basic rule is no slack, because any slack that you have on it, it's going to cause whining. Once you tighten this to the point where there is no play at all, like you can see this is nice and tight, what you're gonna do is go down here and tighten your 15 back up on that idler pulley down there. Once you tighten it up, and again, that one just tighten right up. Don't He-Man, but get it tight. After you get that super tight, next thing we're gonna do is start the vehicle and make sure she sounds nice. Start her up.